Well, so we were learning about the brain. So we had to like make a poster about the parts of the brain, and what they did, and then we had to make a 3D model of it.
What did you learn from this project?
I learned about the different parts of the brain and what they did. Sorry. I learned about the different parts of the brain and what they did, and how like that the brain does so much for our body and stuff.
How did you make this project?
So our little 3D project, we made it out of like Rice Krispie treats and icing and candy and stuff. Yeah, we had to like mold it and everything. Then our little poster, we had to like draw 2 brains and label them.
Good, thank you. Why did you do this project?
We are doing the whole entire body, and we wanted to see if we could break down the function of the brain, the structures involved in the brain, and how it affects the rest of the body and our organs.
Why is this project important?
I think our brain is pretty important. I think we need to know that it's more than sitting there, it's more than holding our ears apart. I think it's a good project to learn how important the brain is in the functioning of the rest of our system.
Is this project going to help later on in the future?
I think so. Even if the students here today do not go into healthcare, they now have a knowledge of how the brain works. Why does the brain work like it does? So if something happens to them or a family member, such as a stroke or something, then they'll be able to say, yeah, I remember that the brain works like this. So yes, I think it's very important that everybody knows how the brain works, why the brain works the way it does.
Do they need to learn about it?
Excuse me?
Do they need to learn about the brain?
Yes. I think it's important that everybody needs to learn about the brain and how it functions and what the lobes are responsible for. So if there is any kind of accident or incident that happens trauma-wise to the brain, then we know why a certain individual is acting a certain way or is lacking a ability to function because of that part of the brain.
And the last question is, what happens if our brains don't function correctly?
Well, since our brain has two separate systems, peripheral and central, it depends on which part of that system is affected. Our brain controls our breathing. So if we're not functioning correctly, then we're not going to be breathing correctly, which would ultimately cause us to have fatal results, death even.
Thank you.